He's got to have more than that because, well, I was sending a personal text, not another text. But I was doing it with just one hand. So I'll be sure to hold it with both hands next time I send a text. It's like, I don't understand it. Like, why? And he does it on the fly, too, because he takes stuff that you say and starts making the accounts. I do not, Branson. Since they seem like we covered all of that last time. Like, I'm going to send a text, but I'm going to hold it with both hands. Is that better? I'm trying to find a reason to smile. And laugh and everything else around here. Yeah, he was about to get blocked by me because he came on here yesterday with the exact same question. So, why would I want a dozen donuts? Jeez. That's crazy. I hate that he passed. I definitely hate hearing that. Losing a fur baby sucks, but man, that much to have them cremated is just insane. We lost our little Chweenie back in 2023, and it still bothers me to this day. Like, that was my shadow. Definitely sucks losing a fur baby. We'll definitely keep you in our prayers and stuff over that. Yep, and you just got blocked again. Thank you, Tulsa. Appreciate that. Both hands again. Okay. No. Thank you for all the gifts, Tulsa. We appreciate that. Ours was named Little Bit. $60 short for covering the room. If anybody can help with anything towards that. Somebody riding a wheeler? Oh, one of them electric bikes. Why was something? Wow. Who's got a motor on his bike? An electric bike. Thank you for that information, Sam B. Oh, I'm at a ball field, so it's like I'm nowhere near where we're staying. Thank you for the heads up on that, though. I left the motel that we're staying at for that reason. Like nobody can figure out from looking at my glasses and my surroundings and okay, thank you, Apple user. Uh, and also they can't send a letter in to the hotel saying I'm on their Wi-Fi, using their Wi-Fi to do illegal activities. Because that was in the letter that the Guardians of Valor sent to the Airborne Inn. And we was using their Wi-Fi for illegal activities. So, but if we have to stay in the car, that's where that's where we will be. Obviously, if we could get a hotel room, that'd be great. But if we can't, we can't. I mean, what do they get out of making some of those comments like that? I don't understand it. It's like trying to rage bait me, trying to get me to go into a rage so they've got a video to post. Thank you, Apple user. I mean, it's crazy. It is crazy. Like I said, and if we have to stay in the car, we'll just have to stay in the car. It's staying in the car is not an ideal situation, especially when you have to use the restroom. You've got to eat. You've got to every time you got to go to the restroom, you got to drive somewhere to go. There's no chance of getting anything you can warm up in a microwave or use the air fryer for. So it's all just. Hey, Ashley. So, but we've stayed in the car before, so we know how it goes. Lord, if you find something, it's not really the rent; it's getting it going. It's application fees to get for them to run your credit and all that stuff for see if you can even get a place. Then it's the first and last month's rent. Then it's a deposit. Then it's if you got a fur baby. It's a deposit on them. So it's the situation where it's like rent. We could find a 1-bedroom apartment for like $600-700 a month. In some places, it's just you go to apply for one place. I'm looking at apartment buildings right now that we applied for. I spent $50 for an application fee just to get told that I didn't make enough money because they wanted me to make 3 times the amount of the rent in a month. So the rent was $700, and that was with the fur baby deposit every month, 50 extra bucks every month for her. So they wanted me to make $2,100 to be able to be considered to live there. For the deposit on the fur baby, and then $50 extra a month on the rent for her. So it was $2,100 to move into a 1-bedroom apartment that I'm looking at right now. So, and yeah, but I didn't have $2,100, and it's not like I'm walking up and paying $2,100 for a hotel at one time. So, Randall, I agree with you. And I paid $70 to a place called Rental City down here for theirs, just to get told that my credit wasn't good enough, and if I could come up with a co-signer on my lease, they would let me rent a 2-bedroom apartment for $900. That was $900 plus $450 for the deposit, plus a one-time $300 non-refundable deposit for Juju. So we're running at $1,750 for that one. And I didn't get any of this money back from the applications. I put in $210, I think it was, worth of application fees to ever be told that I didn't make enough money when I was working at, or I didn't have good enough credit. So, and I'm sitting here looking at what do you do? I'm in a situation where I'm paying so much uh, for a hotel. Then we gotta have gas. You gotta live. So you're in the cycle of everything you're taking is for that, and we've been on the list for public housing for over a year. Yeah. So it's yeah, should just get on here and just beg for the apartment, right? Grandma of 3. I seen you say fair question and no disrespect, but I didn't see the question. Oh, I scrolled up to find it. Um, at this point right now, no, I do not have any income coming in because I was terminated from my job a couple weeks ago. So, oh yeah, I mean, it's just like at this point, it's like, well, Welcome Center is out on Highway 51. It's outside of town. When we have to park and stay in our car, we have a pretty safe place. So, I mean, last week, this week, that's a couple of weeks, so that's just my time frame of thinking. Yeah, back at the first of the year, I had the money to get in a house. We just couldn't find anything that we could get into. The mail won't run till sometime this afternoon. So, yeah, back at the first of the year, I had the money to do it. I had the money in hand to get a place. And said, hey, we need this amount of income, or you don't have the credit for it. The income is great, but you just don't have the credit for it. Go find a co-signer to be put on your lease. And it's like I've never thought I'd hear the words, you need a co-signer to rent an apartment. You know, we have talked about moving several times. Right now, we don't ever have the resources to move. I mean, it's just. I can say right now, yeah, we want to go to Nashville. I've got an eighth of a tank of gas. Amber, I'm going to message you when I get off here. Thank you, Apple. But like I'm saying, I think y'all missed what I was saying on that. I don't have the resources to get there. I legit have $10 to my name that someone gave me towards the room. $60 short for the room here. I'm not making it to another town to find the resources on $10. You know, because it still costs money to up and leave, right? It's like I think so many people kind of don't think they don't take that into any type of consideration when they talk about just leave the area you're in. It takes money to leave the area. You know, and I'm gonna be. We've had several people on here. I am Kim. I just don't know when it's coming. We've had several people on here offer, hey, make it here and you can stay with me and make it here. And you know, it's not that I don't trust that person. It's just hard to trust anybody off this out. I mean, it really is. It's hard. I understand y'all not wanting to trust we get today, we take care of today, we get through it, and we worry about tomorrow when tomorrow gets here. That's the only thing I can do at this point with that. It's not coming from the same town. Our HR department does all that stuff is out of California. Apple, I definitely have heard you say save the money several times this live. I get what you're saying. I understand it. I'm just you're just really beating the dead horse with that at this point. I understand it. I've heard it. I've seen it. I've read it about 15 times at this point. Chandler, I tell you right now, the only thing that's kind of keeping me in this town or wanting to be close to it is what little bit of family we still have left. And love them to death, love their kids. And even if we moved off, I don't want to move off too far because I don't want to miss them growing up. They have helped us every way they can. Uh, they jeopardized their own place a few nights to let us sleep on their couch because their landlord doesn't like sleepover company. I know that's crazy, but it's actually in their lease work where, hey, you got to approve this for so many nights. And they have fed us when we didn't have anything to eat. They have helped us every way they can. Uh, hey, Jacqueline, they're the ones that I know that if they had the space and had a bigger place and had an extra bed or didn't even have that situation with the landlord saying, hey, not this, we would be there. They would help us get on our feet. Trucking dummy 100%. When you're trying to get through the day that's in front of you, at this moment, I'm trying to get through today. After I get through today, we can worry about tomorrow. That doesn't always mean the day's over with when I'm through today. If a miracle happened and I got the $60 that we need for the room, then we start worrying about tomorrow. We start trying to take care of. Just because I'm saying we've got to take care of today before we take care of tomorrow doesn't mean nothing for tomorrow would be taken care of, or even worried about, or even done about. Uh, so it's like when I say I've got to worry about today, today's issue is a hotel room. Constantly working, constantly looking for work. Yes. Randall, I'm sitting here trying to think exactly tomorrow will worry about itself. I don't know the Bible verse and I cannot quote it verbatim, but it's don't worry about tomorrow. worrying about tomorrow will steal your today. Or that's not a direct quote. I can't remember it. But it's like when I say I've got to worry about today's, I got to take care of today's problems before I can take care of tomorrow's problems, right? I can't, I can't not. And I get that. And see, what y'all don't know is I wake up every morning and I've got a list of phone calls that I'm making. That's people that I put in applications for. And they're like, hey, following up on them. Hey, I put in an application, want to just follow up on that. I called one person so many times that when I was working at, not Tractor Supply, when I was working at Harbor Freight, I've never worked at Tractor Supply. When I was working at Harbor Freight, the guy came in, was getting us some things, came up, I, was checking them out, and I said something to him. He goes, "Man, your voice sounds so familiar." And he looked at my name tag, and it said Tim, and he goes, "You ever called?" And he named the place about a job, and I was like, "Yeah, I was trying to get a job, and called you every day." And he goes, "Man, I was actually getting worried about you because you stopped calling." I was like, "I got a job." But I call people every day about a job. Had a job and was working. I think that's one of the things people are missing here. Because for the time where I wasn't on live, and people were DMing me daily, checking on us because they hadn't seen us in a while. Because I was working. I was working all the time, and I was paying our bills, and I was doing things we needed to do. You know, so it's like I don't know what to say to people sometimes with that stuff because it's really like, hey, uh, yeah, yeah, exactly. And then you get the old dreaded, well, keep your application on file, which that means they're not going to call you. That's weird. I've thought about the CDL thing. I'm willing to do any kind of work. I really am. I'm trying to stay in retail because it is a little bit easier on my body. Um, you know, uh, and that's I do have a bad knee, have a bad heel. I'm a big guy. I'm trying to lose some weight. Uh, so I was trying to stay in something with retail associated. Something like that where it's not the beat up pace of a factory. So the factories is what broke me down. Well, Randall, that would be awfully nice of you, but I would have to go get trained and everything else for that because I have no idea how to drive a truck. Not a truck like that. Um, doesn't a school bus driver just work a couple hours in the morning, a couple hours in the evening? Never drove them. I used to drive the big P1100s for FedEx. Roadkill, I wished I could. I wished I could. Or a van or something like that. We actually looked into that. Honestly, never thought about looking into being a bus driver. I didn't even know what the requirements was for it. Uh, Spent most of my time in factories. I spent most of my life in factories. Um, Dropped forklift, all that stuff. But like I said, I'm trying to stay away from factories because I just physically can't do the factory work now. Used to work for FedEx in Humboldt. I used to drive a truck for them. Okay, Jen. I'll check into that. That's something I'll definitely check into. Because the thing is, a lot of people are like, hey, do the truck driving. I don't have a CDL. I don't know how to drive. I don't know how to drive a big truck. I don't know how to pull a trailer like that. So I would have to go to school for it. You know, and unfortunately, going to school for it, unless I found some place that was paid training.
I just did a quick Google search, and there's literally over a thousand
I never
jobs
thought about
available
signing up for college classes or anything like that.
in Dryersburg right now.
Wish I'd have did something like that when I was younger. I did go to. I went to Tennessee College of Applied Technology vocational school, and I went there for mechanical drafting, and I got all my certifications for that and everything. Um, Thought there was going to be more job opportunities for that here, and there wasn't. I really wish I'd have got it for something else. I wish I'd spent that time to get it for HVAC or something like that. She is back at the hotel. When I go live now, I don't stay anywhere close to where we're staying. I figure if I'm not around where I'm staying, nobody can figure out, from um, my glasses or my surroundings. They see behind me or something, um, and nobody can call in and say that or nobody can send a letter like Guardians did, saying that I'm using the Wi-Fi for illegal activities. Get us kicked out of the room. I have an application in for Walmart. We don't have Target here, and I have an application in for virtually every fast food place in this town. We've tried to get an apartment based on our income, and there's a waiting list a mile It's just not worth her health. Yeah, she can still roll with me. It's not worth her health or anybody else's, life if something happened going down the road. She does not draw disability. Carrie, you are right about that. Stress beyond belief, but trying to just pray through it. That's all we can really do, right? $12. Angela just texted me and said they're giving us till $12. It's usually usually I can pay it by then. So it is Rhonda. She's been turned down some too, and finding an attorney and stuff. That's just kind of the process we're going through with it now. So
The thing is, if Angela even tries to work, then that would even lessen their chances
I didn't know she
of
was
getting that
over there
disability.
streaming me, but well, I've never just seen somebody just admit that they're with awareness. That is a first. Usually they beat around the bush and say no. Jennifer, the room is $70 a day. Fortunately, the only thing I have is $10. So we're still $60 short for the room. Trying to get any help at all for it. We've called one from Memphis, but they said that it was a little. They advised us to get hold of somebody in Jackson. So we've called a couple places in Jackson, and we're just kind of waiting to hear back from them on that. And it's crazy though, Rhonda, about your daughter lost her leg and still hasn't gotten. I mean, I figured that would move you up the list pretty quick. Jennifer, the churches around here will not help you with the hotel. I've done asked all of them for help. They'll help you with the utility bill. Most of them will. Or they'll help you with a little bit of food. And then usually the food they give out, and I understand they're giving out what they have and they're getting what they're getting as donations. But let me say this. For people who donate to food banks, keep in mind that not everybody has accessibility to be able to cook the food that you're donating. It's great that you're donating. That is great. Uh, I've learned this in our time of being in our situation. Glenda, yeah, Glenda's from Dyersburg. You know. Uh, yeah, sometimes they do only accept certain things, but it's like a lot of people don't take in consideration like uh, listen, how much a pop top can means to somebody. It's like you're struggling, you're homeless, you're living in a car, you're living in a tent, you might be living in a hotel, you might not have access to be able to open a can of food, and that's something nobody takes into consideration. And I didn't either until I got in this spot. Uh, so if you're may cost a little bit more, but if you're going to buy to donate, you know, Yeah, and a lot of people don't even have the dollar. So chances are, if you're having to go to a food bank just to feed yourself or feed your family, then you might not have that chance to go buy a can opener. I'm not making up an excuse for you. I'm just telling the truth on that. Like I'm just saying, hey, when people donate food to food bank, it's like, how's that making up an excuse? So the guy living out on the street trying to, living in a tent may not have that dollar to go buy a can opener. So the only thing I'm saying is take that, hey, it's 82 cents for this can with a can opener, or it's 89 cents for a pop top. That's all I'm saying. Like, I don't know how y'all twisting that into anything else. It's like, that's crazy. How are y'all twisting that into something bad? I'm just saying. How are y'all not understanding what I'm saying? The only thing I'm saying is, y'all never struggled for anything, have y'all? I'm not even telling a story about me or anything. I'm just stating something that, hey, people donate. A pop top means so much to somebody who doesn't have a can opener and they're hungry. So all I'm saying is, like, I was talking about the food banks. Somebody said go to your church, and I said some of them have food banks. But some of the stuff they give you in the food banks, if you can't cook it, you can't cook, right? They give you a pack of pork chops, and you have no way to cook a pack of pork chops. You know, Max, you're just in here being a dick right at this point. Like, if you're really arguing over that point, you know,
Lots
I'm
of
just
local
saying, like, I
parks
was just
have little
saying
grills that
a
you can use.
point of food banks get stuff, and sometimes people can't use it because they don't have no way to use it. If you're homeless living in a tent, you don't have electricity, how are you going to cook something? You know, you're going to a food bank to get something to eat, something to drink, and you can't afford a can opener. A pop top would be great. You know, but it's like, hey, build a fire. It isn't true. But because somebody says it is, y'all take it as the gospel and y'all run with it. Hey, James, we're doing pretty decent, I guess. How are you doing, man? I haven't seen you in a while. Well, your post could have been filtered by TikTok, so I don't know. Grandma of three. Angela is back at the room right now. All right, Carrie. God, I wish we had a van. We looked into trading this car for a van, but or you're tired of it, Vanessa? I can make. You'll never see me again unless you come in here on another account. Hey, Isabella. Yeah, I wish we had a van. It doesn't, James. If it was a running van, man, that would be ideal. I would take seats out the back, put us a little mattress back there, and we would hold up in it until we got the money to get back on our feet. We've stayed in this car a lot. The car does get old because you can't fully stretch out, you know. Cheaper girl, you're talking about the canvas tent living? I watch her stuff. They're getting a shed added on too. Yeah, that would be great. Charms is a great job up there. Yeah, a van would be so much better. James, are you trying to sell the van or I'm a little confused on that, James. Hey, Queen. James, that would be a miracle. I will definitely DM you here in a minute. No, I'm nowhere near Cincinnati. I'm located in Tennessee. Yeah, somebody was asking me if I was in Cincinnati. That is Cincinnati. Yeah. Yeah, James, I knew you was located here in Tennessee. I just don't remember where. And I would take any good resources there is, but I'll tell you, a lot of people say that, and uh, they come up with West Tennessee homeless solution and stuff like that, and I've been on their list forever. I'm in Dyersburg, Tennessee. James, I will DM you and talk to you about all that stuff. That would be a dream getting something like that, but I don't know how I would get to Alabama to get it and then get back. Hey, Angie. It would take a little figuring out of everything, but would definitely be a blessing and a half, you know. But I'm closing in on. Hey, Carrie. Uh, why be so rude? That's the question I have for this Matilda person that has no life. Why be so rude about things? You actively work with the awareness group that just stopped already and them has. Uh, why are you so rude? Why make all these different accounts with different names that you're trying to hurt my feelings with? And I didn't block that account when it joined, just so you have an opportunity to actually answer that question, like a man, face to face, or as face to face as it can get with your little picture of myself. Why? Why do you feel the need to be that rude? Like, what's going on with you, man? Do you need prayed? Do you need prayed over? 206 people in here. I'm sure at least half of us in here are Christians that would gladly pray for you, man. Pray for whatever demon has a hold of your life that makes you such a horrible person every day. That makes you get up out of your bed and go, how can I make someone else's day bad? I pray for you, man, that releases you someday. Whatever it is that has a hold of you, I pray that it releases you. So, whatever you know, I do pray for my own. So do not block cardboard box sales. Not yet. I do pray for my own soul. I pray for myself every day. I pray to have the strength to get through every day. Now he's right there. Cardboard box sales. I pray for the strength to get through every day. And buddy, I'm gonna pray that whatever has a hold of you that makes you such a bitter, horrible person releases it, and then someday that you can see that. I pray for Angela too. I pray for a lot of people. I do it daily. So saying that is just, and I'm gonna pray for you too. So definitely will. We all need prayers. We all do. And all this hate and out of all this hate and stuff that goes on in this world, that's the only thing that gets us out of it. You know, you know what? And those videos was from a time where we was needing prayers over us. Those videos from a time that we was arrogant and we was cocky about some stuff, and we needed the prayers over it. Those are from a different time. So, I'm just saying, man. I cannot be any more nicer to you at this moment, and you're just sitting there. Blaze, I don't have an issue sleeping in the car. We've done it several times. We have done it weeks at a time. What has what gotten me? Praying has gotten me closer to the Lord. Okay, Wendy. Yeah, I'll get you blocked. I actually forgot to unblock you. That's my fault. What? I'm reading the chat. I'm reading everything that's being said. I've tread on a lot of people. You know, I've done things in my past that I'm not proud of. But you know what? I don't have to get forgiveness from you or anybody else because I've asked the Lord to forgive me and I've been forgiven. I answered him, Grandma. I answered him pretty clear. Uh, yeah, I handled paying those people back wrong. I never said I didn't. I was trying to pay them back. Pay back some of it. I haven't paid it all back. I'm an arrogant, rude person. And you're showing everybody in this chat exactly how you are. I stepped back and I took a big look at my life. And and I realized a lot of things a lot of things could have went a different way for me if I'd have done this. This would have been a different way if I'd done that. I can't go back and change anything in the past. I'll tell Tulsa, it's okay. It's okay. If I could go back and change something in my past, would I change something that led me here, or would I change something else? Who knows? But the only thing I'm saying is, I'm sitting here, I'm showing you kindness, and you're still being rude. I've gotten $10 today. I'm $60 short for the room. And I was paying them back. But yet you still get on here and you make these accounts with these horrible names. Y'all still get on here and y'all make these cartoons about us. Brother, I forgive you for everything you've said bad about me, for everything you've made fun of me about. She's never had she's never been sick, she doesn't have epilepsy, all the fake things y'all said about her and made fun of her and made fun of my size and everything. Yeah. Exactly, Wendy. And I'm not saying that this guy sent the letter. I'm not saying that other people sent the letter. I'm saying somebody that, listen, I know I was the one that sat there and went with my wife through everything she went through. I know what the doctors told us. You can do is get on here and say the same stuff over and over and over and over. I'm not holding no more ill intent in my heart for you guys. Oh, I know it does, Wild Child. They go after people who try to help. You know. So, and with that, Matilda Jackson, cardboard box self, whatever your name wants to be right now, you go ahead and you continue to do that. But I'll pray for you that whatever demons has you that makes you such an, an a horrible soul right now, I pray they let you go one day. And all this hate and animosity that you have for people on TikTok that you don't even know, that doesn't, it doesn't, anything I do in my life doesn't affect anything in your life, but it does because you let it affect it. And I let you guys affect my life long enough. So I'm not letting that happen anymore. I don't care anymore. I forgive wholeheartedly. And I tell you, by saying that and letting that go right now, I feel better. Breathe in, exactly. It's like nothing I do today is going to affect anybody's lives on TikTok in any big way. I mean, come on. But it affects some of their lives so much to the point, and it's not just me; it's other creators that get on here and they cover. They feel they have to be on here constantly doing this stuff. So I'll tell you what I'm about to do. I'm about to go pick up Angela. We don't have the money for the room today. It is what it is. We're $60 short. She had a full hysterectomy. They removed the cancerous cells, and luckily she didn't have to go through any kind of chemo. So, that being said, it's crazy. It's listen. I've never not said that I didn't handle the situation with paying these people back right. I've never not said that. I've always owned that. Um, the local churches do not help, and I'll explain why they don't. We had a place named